All right. So once again, we do have Scroopy Pup coming up here with the Ultimate Doom Unity port running year %. Interesting category. Scroopy Pup, take it away.
Hi everyone, my name's Scroopy Pup, whatever you want to say it. And I'm going to be running Doom episodes 1 to 5. I'm going to be doing it any % on the Unity port, and also have Alexo for commentary.
Greetings. I can't see the live footage right now, Scruppy.
I
To make sure that's started.
Yeah, I did. Oh, okay. It's because we changed channels twice. Hold up.
There we go.
Is it enough?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we're gonna get into this run, and hopefully gonna be aiming for sub 30 minutes. So are we ready with timer?
We'll be good to go, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Right, good luck.
Oh well, I've hit the wall straight away, so it's gone.
Sign. Good
It's
sign
fine,
to
it's
start.
fine. It's actually the rough start, and then you bring it back at the end. As I say, you've got to do it for the content. So, in this game, quite a lot of the movement, you'll notice I'm going diagonally. And that's because, for anyone that hasn't played this game before, you get extra movement speed based on how much of your input. So like, you get 50 for going forwards normally, and 40 for going sideways. But in Unity port, it's 50 for both directions. But there is no limit put in, so if you go diagonal and press both at the same time, you basically go double the speed. So this allows you to move much quicker during your run, as well as make jumps and stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to make. Oh, door closed on me.
And the version he's playing on here is the Bethesda port released in 2019 of the summertime that time.
Yeah. And it's quite different to the source port in terms of there's auto SR50, which was what I was explaining about how you go sideways at 50 rather than 40 movement speed. But also a few differences in terms of angles as well. Oh, I'm messing up the jump here. There we go. But yeah, so there's random angles which make it harder to do a lot of the glides and stuff. So you'll notice that on this port, things like getting through walls and stuff is quite difficult. And glides, but most of the glides are on Doom 2 luckily, so we won't have to deal with that.
There will be one use of out of bounds in this run also.
Yeah, so on episode 2, we'll be doing the only out of bounds that is useful for the run. And it allows you to skip the majority of the level and literally just press the exit switch through the wall. However, the difficulty with that switch is it's sub-pixel perfect, I believe, which means that it's very precise to actually press that button. So it can be quite difficult to get it once you're there, but hopefully we'll get it quickly and get on to the next level, which will be a rocket jump, which is also quite difficult. So here we kill that enemy because we're trying to drag this one further over. So I'm going to move over here to try and drag him away so he doesn't go down the corridors, which he nearly just did. And what we're going to do...
He shot twice.
Yeah, that is a bit unlucky. He does waste a little bit of time, but I'd rather that than him dead. Oh, he decided to run sideways.
And so what he's trying to do here is he's trying to get the zombie under the door as it closes. It'll make the door go right back up.
Yeah.
It saves a numerous amount of time in that room.
It saves
at least
around...
about 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah, I think about 30. I think it's less on any % because you have to drag the zombie all the way over there. But on UV, because there's one right near the door, you can save so much time. That was quite unfortunate with what he was doing though. Normally he runs towards you, and he kept running sideways, which made it really difficult to time. But it's all good, we got that.
Yeah, this point in the run is kind of a little hectic, coming into E1M7 here at the end of this level. E1M7, easily the big hit or miss of this run in terms of the enemy's RNG, the direction they move in within the middle section of this map.
Oh, definitely. I'd say UV, the enemies cause a lot of issues, but on any percent, because the times are based around basically getting around enemies and stuff, if you get blocked by one enemy, that can be like 2 seconds lost, because normally on your personal best, you've managed to either kill that enemy first shot or get straight past them. Whereas on UV, you kind of expect that sort of body block and a bit of resistance. Whereas it can genuinely, especially if you're doing a single episode run. So we're still on episode 1 currently, so if I was just doing this episode and I got blocked by an enemy, that could genuinely ruin the entire run.
If you were going for a PB, yeah.
Yeah. The world record is getting insane on this episode now. It's close to, isn't it close to 4 minutes exactly?
Yeah, it's oh no, I think it's 440.
440, yeah, no, my bad.
It's very optimized though. Like it was literally it was almost a 439, but there was a single enemy he got stuck on that made it 440.
So here I'm purposely damaging myself. Because at the end of this level, you finish it by actually dying by enemies. Let's hope I make this. Yes, there we go.
Nice.
Okay.
First try.
That is the end of episode 1. And hopefully we'll be moving on to episode 2 quickly here. There we go.
Yeah, episode 2 here, E2, M6, and M7. The 6th and 7th level, those can be the real sad part of the run for any PB attempts.
Any PB attempt or any live event where things can go catastrophically wrong.
For PB attempts, for the episode 1 through 3 category, or episode 1 through 4, 1 through 5, whichever you respectfully choose, I always recommend doing episode 2 first, as it has the most high point chance of failure.
Oh, definitely.
It's easier just to get it out of the way to start.
I'd say the
Scruppy.
gone.
Well, Scruppy here is elected to do episode 1 through 5 in the direct order, so we would be seeing all those in the order 1 through 5. So.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better to play the harder or the ones which require most luck first. But I don't know. Feels like some sort of nice natural flow to go for it in the right order. But that also does mean in this run that we do Sigil last, which is actually the most difficult, because the hardest trick of the run is actually on the second to last level of this entire run, and it requires a lot of luck and a lot of precision.
Just gotta keep happy thoughts.
Alright, okay, getting double blocked here, jeez. Okay, that was pretty terrible luck. Like a maze section where they're all running about, and normally I only get blocked by maybe one enemy, and it's normally an imp, which can die in one shot, as you just saw there, whereas pinkies can take 3-4 shots sometimes. That was quite unlucky.
Yeah, in terms of the any percent, the pinkies become really really frustrating at times, just getting in the way.
Yeah, and because they're wider as well, it makes it difficult to get around them. So what we did there was we got a secret to pick up the plasma gun, as we're going to need that for map 8, where there's a cyber demon. Alright, I believe after this level we're coming up to the out of bounds, so hopefully we'll get that very quickly, but if not, then you're going to watch a lot of wall gameplay for a minute while I try and get out of bounds. Oh, got a little bit stuck on that wall. What I was going for there is something called a wall run, where on certain walls, if you run against them at a certain angle, you get extra movement speed build up. So that's what I was aiming for. Unfortunately, didn't quite work and I got stuck against it. Okay, so
I
there
was
is
about to.
Oh, go on.
Oh, I was about to say you're about to do the out of bounds here. There's a corner here that faces northeast,
Oh, yes,
and
let's
building
go.
up the momentum lets you out of the level just like that.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
that was
gosh!
quick.
Oh, very
Wow.
clean out of bounds, and that switch click, as he said before, is very, very, very pixel perfect. So
That was as good as that could have gone, to be honest.
that's yeah.
Alright, now the rocket jump.
Yeah, so
There
now
we
he's using a
go.
rocket to get right across on the second try. Is super clean episode 2.
Oh, until then.
Oh my! Just
Alright.
brush it off.
Brush it off, just brush it off. So now we're against the Cyber Demon, who just blasts rockets at your face, which is why I'm constantly moving sideways to try and avoid getting hit in the face like I just did. There we go. That was quite quick. So there is a bit of damage RNG on this game where it can roll between certain amounts, and I killed that quite quickly, so I think I got kind of lucky in terms of damage there. So
Going into the third episode.
So third episode, this is genuinely my favorite to run. I don't know, I can't explain why, but there's just, I think it's just the layout of the maps I just really enjoy. But also there's not too much RNG. There's like just enough to make it interesting, but not so much that it makes it a huge grind in terms of luck. It's all about getting your movement right. Oh, got stuck on a couple of walls there.
For anybody curious as to how the RNG affects the any percent run, while there are less enemies, the RNG determines like what direction an enemy will move in within like the 8 directions that they can possibly move. And so essentially, like, the best RNG you can get is all of the enemies just getting out of your way, basically.
Yeah. Either that, or they die first time to a shotgun hit, or
That too.
before you, yeah, bump into them. Alright,
We got
so
our BFG here.
finally got a BFG, and we'll be using this to kill the boss at the end of the level, and to get rid of that imp, because it blocks the door sometimes. Alright, I think this is the first time we're doing a key grab in this run. So what I'll be doing in a minute is I'll be basically running in a specific angle against a wall, and that will allow me to grab a key that's located just close enough on the other side of it to allow me to get it without having to go through the other side. So let's hope
Basically,
we get this
basically
quickly.
what he's gonna do here is he's got it set up to where his player's hitbox for picking up items basically reaches through the wall as he hits the wall for a couple of frames. It allows him to pick up the key through the wall.
Mind if I step in for a couple donations?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Awesome. We have $12 from Potato, who simply says potato. Thank
Potato.
you for that. Potato,
like
you know.
That's
I
good.
get it. I get it. Potato. We also have $10 from Joanne Hannon, who leaves no message. But either way, thank you very much.
Oh,
You're very generous.
That is my mum, so thank you, mum.
Thanks, Mom.
All right. So we come. This is the one of the shortest levels of the run.
Yay, fire blue. There's a meme in the Doom community where the fire blue texture we just saw there really messes with the stream quality.
Oh yeah, it looks awful, but
So it's Twitch's favorite texture.
I don't know about that. All right, so this is weirdly a section I really enjoy, but is quite difficult to get smooth. Is this little underground maze section? Because if you get through it cleanly, it looks really nice. But even with a couple of wall bumps there, that is pretty quick. Because it is so tight to move down there that whilst also moving diagonally, you're just most likely to hit a wall. But obviously, going double the speed, it's not worth trying to run forwards through it. Otherwise, you'd lose way too much time. Oh. Okay.
Oh.
I got a line death skip there and didn't get teleported, which is what happens sometimes when you're going too fast over like a like invisible line on the map. And here we are, end of episode 2.
So 3.
Episode 3, yeah, what, 2? What?
Very.
I'm behind.
That's actually the full game for the original release right there. We're heading into the 4th episode here, which was released as a part of Ultimate Doom in 1995. The level after this one is quite legendary in the fact that John Romero designed it in for 6 hours, actually. Yeah, 6 hours. It's a very broken map.
I'm getting the health packs for safety, I'm not risking it. Gotta go for a consistent run here.
And this is the 6-hour map. It's just such a joy to play. Yes. Joy. That's the word we'll use.
Luckily we're avoiding most of it then.
Yeah. And he actually reached through the wall there to grab that BFG through the wall. It's another little trick, just like the key grab is before.
Okay, so this section can go extremely wrong. So I'm going to be rocket jumping, but off of an enemy. This lost soul. Oh, perfect.
Oh,
first
try.
time.
Let's go.
So that is reliant on not only getting the angle right, but also the enemy, like the lost soul, not accidentally running. Well, I say running, floating off somewhere. Which, if it does, then that is kind of ruins the entire run at that point. Another key difference that a lot of people might not know who actually play classic Dooms is that the rocket like blast damage, because you take less damage on any percent, you get less of a knockback. So that lost soul jump, and as well as the rocket jump I did earlier, you'll have to go at completely different angles on any percent than any other difficulty, because the knockback's so much less that if you try and go at the same angle, it just won't work. So you might notice that I was a lot closer to that lost soul than if you watch a UV run, same as with the wall earlier. Alright, we've got the plasma gun again. So we can speed through this section. Get a bit of
that knockback damage on the lowest difficulty and the second lowest difficulty is when that begins to change. So the knockback is always going to be as low as it possibly can be if you're playing on the lowest difficulty. So some people, when they play any percent, they like to play on the second difficulty, just so they still have the added caveat of less enemies, but the rocket damage does more for the backwards boost.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen a lot of people for any percent on episode 2 do that, because obviously the map 7 rocket jump is quite dependent on not only a pixel perfect button press, but then you've got to get that rocket jump as quick as possible afterwards as well.
Oh, this map went very well.
Yeah, that was pretty clean, to be honest.
Yeah, so now what he's going to try and do here is a jump across of a platform, and on the platform is the exit switch.
Yeah. So most people use the door and line up that way, but I prefer going from this angle because I seem to get it a lot more consistently. I don't know how I line it up. I don't have a specific lineup, but for some reason with the door method I just can't make it. Yeah, it's just one of those.
It just works.
Okay, so we're on map 8 now, so we're coming up to Sigil, which is the hardest episode. So wish me luck for that, because there is so many things that can go wrong. Okay, this is a hard rocket jump. Oh, okay, I'll take that. This has been a very lucky run so far, so I'm scared of what Sigil's going to give me.
Very clean E4.
Oh, okay.
Right when I said that. All right.
I don't know what stopped me there. I suddenly lost all my speed.
So moving on to Sigil here, this is the 5th episode. This was released by John Romero for Doom's 25th anniversary.
This is weirdly one of my favorites to speedrun, but I know for a fact that it is the worst to speedrun because there's so many jagged edges, so many things that can go horribly wrong.
This episode
Ooh,
proves that
first
quick
time.
saving is your friend.
Yes, definitely. That trick I just did there, the walls, the floor slowly rises up to allow you to go to this exit. But by me running round, I skipped a huge barrier in the way, which saves, I think, like 5 seconds almost. It's quite an incredible time save considering how simple it looks, but it's insane. You basically have to have perfect movement to get around there, so I'm surprised I actually got that first time. Alright, so far so good. Okay, so this level has another section I really like, but can go horribly wrong. It's like not quite tightrope, but a very slim section. Okay, I don't know if you heard Doom Guy grunting then, but that was me pressing space to actually get over. Get over? Press the button. But it wasn't pressing. But right there, that is one of my favourite sections of Sigil, just because it looks so cool.
I think it's the scariest part of this map. Like every time I'm over there.
Yeah, that actually weirdly, that what I just did there is definitely a lot scarier. Oh, this could go wrong.
Oh no.
Boy. Please. Oh.
Okay, he backed up.
Okay.
Oh, he wants to come down the hallway today.
Okay, this is very unlucky. Normally you can just run straight past.
Very unlikely.
Okay.
Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. But so what I did was I ran around the Pinky and Imp near the end of that, so I could run straight past. But unfortunately, it didn't quite work out. And there.
So he's just. Oh, I was gonna say you just activated that because it's a lift that comes down for another section of the level later, but it actually saves time to go for that lift first, and then return through the level while it's still lowering.
Yeah, it's a very long lift, so if you waited there, you would lose a ton of time. Oh wow, that is one of the best. That's the best outcome you can get of that crusher section. Sometimes the Spectre gets crushed by one of the crushers, and then it gets a really slow drop, which happens if an enemy dies to it, and then that wastes around 15 to 20 seconds. So that is really good.
Going very swimmingly right now.
Well, we've still got map 7 to go, so we'll see how that luck continues. I'm getting trapped in between a couple of pinkies there, which was quite rough. Right, now this is kind of risky. We have to run back through this lava. I'm quite low health, but luckily I did save that health pack by not running into it earlier, just in case this happened. So I did do a bit of pre-planning there, because I had high enough health to do that. A lot of times you don't know, so I got quite lucky in terms of that.
Still very good health parameters right now.
Oh, ooh, that was close.
Oh, almost fell.
That could have gone so wrong, but I'll take that. Alright, here is the first section that can go extremely wrong. There is a soft lock. Well, I call it a soft lock because in a real run where you're going for PBs, you would almost certainly just like the run would be over. But because this is I'm not going to be restarting, I can come back to this section and go again if I do get soft locked. But okay, I got the trick where I can head up, which allows me to jump over that wall, which saves a bit of time in here. That does mean there's more chance the soft lock happens though. Let's see if it did, as I'll be heading over towards that section anyway. But basically there's a line depth in there that lowers a wall for you to get. Oh wow. The pinky just came and blocked me.
The pinky said no.
Oh, nearly again. Wow, that was
almost.
almost perfect timing. Okay, so okay, I'm glad I saved. Okay, so that
Saving is for fun.
that blue door on the right was open, so we're all good. I'm gonna press this button as I drop down. Saves a little bit of time. But yeah, basically that blue door wouldn't have been exposed if I got the. As I said, I called it a soft lock, but you can realistically recover from it, but it does basically ruin your run, as it will take around 30 seconds to recover from that, which is way too much if you're grinding for personal best or world record. Alright, so let's get this blue key. once this meatball moves out the way. There we go.
I'd say in terms of speedrunning, Sigil here is very underran compared to the rest of the game.
So it's one, weirdly, as I said, it's one of my favorite. I will be honest, it is very intense to run and a lot more difficult than most of the other episodes, but I do think it's a really underrated map set, but I also understand why people might be put off of it. Alright, let's hope nothing blocks the elevator. Yep, there we go. Okay, that was quite clean, I'll be honest. Okay.
And this is the fun level.
The fun level. Oh, I've just remembered what's coming up. Yep. So, at the end of this level, there's a bunch of teleporters on like, sort of like a random fortress walls, I would call them. And because the walls are just low enough that you can run onto the walls. Oh, I forgot to open this for the BFG. But if you run too fast, you can skip past the teleporter. And yeah, that can be quite disastrous because then you have to run all the way back round if you don't save and get back up there. So what I'm going to try and do, which I think I might not be able to do now because of the meatball block. Yeah, so what your goal here is to try and get back on this elevator, and then as this is lowering, you can jump across and save a couple of seconds. But unfortunately, because I got blocked by that meatball, it kind of didn't work out, but it's fine. Couple of seconds versus maybe like 30-40 seconds lost that you can get another sections. Okay.
If I remember correctly, there's a way to like jump across some of these towers here to save some time also.
Yeah, so the risky strats is you can skip a couple of the teleporters, but you're much more likely to end up falling off is the trade-off. So it depends whether you're going for consistency or absolute speed. It's obviously the runner's preference. For me, I'm going for consistency because on this level, I'm doing the hardest trick of the run. So I do relatively consistent strats for the rest of the run, as this is already quite luck-based as it is.
Now, the strat he's trying to go for here is going to involve him trying to build up basically a certain amount of momentum to be able to skip over a line def that would teleport him. So basically he's just going to try and build up a lot of speed to skip over a certain part of the map that will prevent from sending him somewhere else and save, it's about 40 seconds, right?
Yeah, so 40 seconds depending on basically enemies like blocking you and stuff. So we're going to be coming up to that section in a second, but it is very precise and very difficult, and it was discovered that this was still possible by accident, as John Romero originally patched this as it used to be possible in the original version of Sigil, and then it tried to make it so you couldn't. Oh, I got backwards momentum there. Alright, let's try again.
Yeah, so it's the line within this doorway that he's trying to skip over.
So this could be quite rough. As I said, there's a lot of luck involved whether you actually get across here. Oh,
you can use rockets also, but none of the ways to do it are 100%.
Yeah, personally, I can't get the rocket way, whereas I know a runner called Thomas can. So it's just personal preference again. I'm hoping I can get this soon because this is what I feared would happen here, is getting stuck. I'm also getting something called block map, where as you're trying to shoot an enemy, it just doesn't do any damage, which doesn't help when you're trying to build up momentum, kill it, and get past. I might have to do the normal route. How long has this run been going?
We have been going for 28 minutes and 20 seconds.
Okay, that's actually really good time. Oh, there we go. Straight past. Okay.
Nice!
Let's go.
Wait.
Oh, luckily I saved. Otherwise I would have cried. If I had to try and do that again. So yeah, the reason I was asking was because if I was going to be if it was like closer to later in my estimate, I'd have gone for the guaranteed way, which is the slow route, which takes around 30 to 40 seconds longer, which is why I always go for this route, because although it's super risky, on the times you do get it first or second try, it saves you so much time. It's unbeatable, honestly. Okay, so we're on the last level of the run here, and being on 28 pace is pretty good considering how long I spent there. So hopefully we can get the last trick, which is basically using this wall to rocket jump straight over to the exit. Ooh, close.
Yeah, so generally you'd have to go around the whole map and reach the exit at the bottom portion there after taking a teleporter. But this just allows you to jump right over to the exit. Very, very precise trick.
There we go. And that's
There
the
we
end of the
go.
run.
GG.
Oh, that's very intense run, as you can see. But yeah, what was the end time there?
That looked to me to be about a 29:49.
You know what, with how long I spent on that map 7 trick, that's actually a really good time considering.
Hell yeah.
Alright, well, thank you for watching that, everyone, and yeah, let's keep supporting a good cause, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day.